Welcome to Hope Family Resources, where counseling resources bring hope to the heart of your family. Today's program features Counseling Director Dr. Denise Mari and Recovery Counselor Tom Lamar. Let us join them now as they discuss the different types of depression and their root causes, and offer remedies and tools for the journey up from depression.
Dr. Mari, everyone feels sorrowful now and then, has the blues or things, something like that. Is that the same as depression, or are we talking something more serious?
Yes, we actually are talking about something more serious than the blues. I think everybody from time to time goes through life events that actually cause grief or loss or sadness. But when we're talking about depression, we're referring to something that's more ongoing, something deeper, something more chronic that actually interferes on a day-to-day basis with a person's functioning, not only individually, but also in their social relationships. And I think it's something that millions of Americans have struggled with. In fact, I think a lot of women in particular, depression can be more common in women. And I think it's something that certainly is differentiated from the blues.
Okay, so are there different types of depression, or are they all the same?
No, actually, there are different types of depression. Depression is not a unitary phenomenon. And I think we might begin talking about one type of depression, which is called the deprived type. And the deprived type has certain characteristics.
And what would be another type of depression?
Okay, there's another type that I'll talk about, which is called the submerged pattern, and also another type called the dark. But I think what I'll do is begin maybe by describing some signs of the deprived pattern, which I think a lot of our viewers would be able to identify with. A person who is suffering from the deprived type of depression would actually be feeling loneliness, feeling isolated, rejected, unloved, unwanted, would experience a feeling of perhaps being inferior to other people, and also maybe even suffer from thoughts of dying, death wishes. So it's something that is actually filled with despair and sorrow about life, that life is really not being lived to the full.
So like loneliness, it would be something, would be...
Yes, I think loneliness would be a good symptom to really capture the deprived pattern, a real sense of isolation and being kind of out of the normal track of the world.
So like out of the loop, if you will.
Yes.
Now, you said there are other types. What would be the second type?
Okay, the second type of depression, which I'll call the submerged pattern, is identifiable by a feeling of not being too interested in life. And the person who is suffering from the submerged type of depression would actually have trouble concentrating, have trouble with attention, would be the kind of person that says, I have trouble getting out of bed every morning. I feel fatigued, I feel tired. Even food doesn't really please me very much anymore. I am the kind of person that would really not be too excited by life.
Okay. I know sometimes I don't like to get out of bed in the morning, but you're talking about something like, you said every day.
That's
like this
right.
is something like an ongoing...
Yes. Yes, if you're talking about something that's chronic, that the person experiences certainly more than occasionally, very frequently, to the point that he often feels that life is just one continuous sleep, trouble getting out of bed every day.
And now another type?
Maybe the dark pattern is something that we can talk about a little bit. I think the dark pattern, the third type of depression, is really characterized by a person who feels that they've really done wrong in their life, that they've sinned, that they've either hurt other people or that other people have hurt them, and that they feel that they can't forgive the person who has offended them, and they feel actually a sense of revenge, that revenge would be the better way of handling the situation. But I think certainly it's wrongdoing that's related to the dark pattern.
Okay.
Right, so those three types, the deprived, the submerged, and the dark pattern really distinguish, I think, the major three types of depression.